If there's one desire, emotion, feeling, addiction that I had to choose as the most prevalent in everyday experience as a guy, I would have to say that it's lust, sexual desire, sexual gratification. It's not only from my own observations, but I've seen many men talk about this issue, this addiction online. And I don't think I need to point it out at this point, but we do live in a very, very over sexualized culture. You know, society capitalizes on sex. Sex sells, you know? It's a very. It's one desire that I think almost everyone can relate to. You know, it's the most widespread desire, but the problem with living in an over sexualized culture, a culture that really overstimulates and tries its best to keep you addicted, keep you out of control, keep you enslaved to these urges, these biological mechanisms. The problem with that culture is that it is fundamentally built to keep you away from your own free will, to keep you acting out all these behaviors, you know, behaviors that can, in their extreme cases, be very maladaptive, very dysfunctional, and cause a lot of harm, not only to you, but to the people around you, you know, the people you love. And I've been practicing this thing called semen retention, and it's not my first time experience with it. I think the longest I went was about 9 months, and I actually did it unknowingly. It was 2020, and I had just had my big spiritual awakening, my big introduction to spirituality, and I was obsessed with it. And I think just in that obsession and that desire to just watch the mind more and more and more, and really be free of this egoic false self-identity that was made up of all of these different addictions and thought patterns and belief systems that didn't ultimately serve me. Yeah, that desire to break free from it and just observe it. I think just I didn't even know I was practicing semen retention, but I just lost the desire to seek sex. I was so fixated on transcending all of that. So yeah, it was about 9 months. But like I said, that was 2020 and into 2021. We're now in 2025, so I have, you know, I've been on quite a journey with those urges coming back, indulging in those urges. Corn, all that stuff. People online call it corn. I don't actually know why. I don't know if YouTube bans videos that say, the P word, but I'm just gonna go with it. Corn. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm about 2 weeks in, and I can already see a massive shift. Not in the same way that a lot of people talk about, like the benefits timeline. I've seen a lot about that. Yes, it is true I have more energy. Yes, it is true that the urges are getting less and less and less. But that's not exactly what I want to talk about in this video. What I want to talk about is the increased awareness surrounding the addiction. Now, obviously, people in the spiritual community kind of know about the ego, know that they are not their mind. But I think semen retention could be a great tool, and I've seen a lot of guys online talk about how it got them like closer to God, and it kind of led to their own spiritual awakening. I just want to be clear, I'm not talking about religion here. When I say God, I'm talking more about consciousness, just awareness of self, awareness of the false self, and awareness of ultimately what you are not. These feelings, these lusts, these addictions, these thought patterns, these mental tendencies that amalgamate into this false identity that your whole life you have been believing is you. My thought, my opinion, my this, my that, I'm offended, blah, blah, blah. But I think semen retention can be a great tool for guys to, if they want to awaken spiritually, they can actually utilize that as well. Because fundamentally, it literally spells it out for you. It shows you that you are not the addiction that you are trying to overcome. And that awareness, the awareness of that fact, has massive ramifications, because if you look even a little bit deeper than that, you can see, oh wait, if I'm not this addiction, then I'm not any addiction. And if I'm not any addiction, wait, hold on. Am I that opinion? Wait, am I that anger, that feeling of anger coming up? Wait, hold on, am I that? And it can spiral. It can, in a good way, it can really catapult your own spiritual growth and your own awakening journey. And basically, the whole reason I want to talk about this is because I just got back from the gym, and I was so aware of how often my mind tried to get me to look at any of the attractive girls that were in the gym. My mind, that ego, that compulsion, it's like, you know, that kind of like, it's wanting you to like turn your head, man. You see how crazy it is, how it's like, you know, a drug addict, like craving their next high. It's like, I just look, man, just look, no, just look. It's nuts. And I feel like most men, unfortunately, still in today's world, don't realize how much they are being influenced, how much their behavior, their energy is being influenced by this by this completely like insane addiction to lust and sexual desire. And it's maddening. It's absolutely maddening. It's like, no wonder why so many women feel threatened when a guy approaches them, or they feel like nervous, or they get anxiety. Like, I have a lot of female friends, and they've had a lot of experiences, and they've shared a lot of experiences that they've had with me personally, where they do feel genuinely very fearful when guys approach them. And it's no wonder, because I guarantee you women can subliminally sense that the guy can't actually see them. The guy is just projecting his own lustful desires onto the body of this woman and viewing her as a way to attain his own sexual gratification. I guarantee you, women, even if they don't realize it, can subliminally sense that the guy is not seeing them. And this isn't all cases, obviously, but I guarantee you that most guys aren't approaching women because they're just like, oh, she seems nice, I want to get to know her, I want to get to know the person that she is. No, I guarantee you they're being hijacked by this crazy little, you know, crack addict within them that needs their fix, man. It's nuts. It's nuts. And you know, it's not the guy's fault. That's the thing. It's not the guy's fault. It's not the guy's fault that there is this addiction. It's not the guy's fault that this addiction is wildly perpetuated by society. And it's also not the women's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's no one's fault. Like, looking to blame something or someone is missing the mark here. It's no one's fault. It is just, let's say it for what it is. It is a unfortunate dysfunction. And that's not to say that the mechanism of lust is inherently dysfunctional. No, not of course. But the ways in which it is forcefully pushed out in today's culture, the ways in which it is monetized and just overindulged in, yeah, it's no wonder that we've bred this feeling to a level of such destructive dysfunction. And I think any guy watching this, any man out there watching this, if you haven't tried semen retention yet, I would highly, highly recommend just giving it a go, just for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month if you feel like you're capable, because even gaining that raw experiential insight into the fact that this addiction is not you, like you are not this addiction, it is just it's like a software program, it's like a mental emotional software program that is just being triggered again and again and again. You are not the one that is sexually desiring all of these women. You are not the one that wants to go onto Pornhub and watch all of these videos and spend hours on there just like trying to find the right video to get my fix. Like, that is not you. That is not fundamentally who you are. Those are not your desires. And I think for that reason alone, having that raw experience of that reality, of that fact, don't just take my word for it, like experience it for yourself. Observe to the best of your ability this addictive craving, this tendency within you, because I want you, and I want every man, and I want every person. I want every person on this planet to wake up and realize that you are not all of these mechanisms that are constantly influencing and controlling your behavior. You are not. And until you wake up and realize that, and here's the kicker, you do not have free will until you fully wake up and realize that you are not all of these programs that are subconsciously influencing all of your behavior. You are not this fake identity, this illusory sense of self that, again, is created from an amalgamation. This illusion that's created from all of these different belief systems, thought patterns, conditionings, traumas, addictions that amalgamate together into this mental sense of I. You are not that. But as long as you believe that you are, you don't have genuine free will. Because if you are still fully identified with that mind, you can only ever take actions that align with what those programs dictate to you that you can do. You're in a cage. It's like the quote from that Matrix film, you know, you're in a prison that you can't smell, see, taste, or touch. Good film. Good film. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. I just wanted to share these thoughts off the riff, you know, off the cuff. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.